Hello, Enchantress. It is Enchantress Shane, and I'm here today with an inspired talk on confidence. So, often when people ask me what I do, I sort of have a hard time. And sometimes I chalk it up to I'm awkward, I don't know how to answer that question. But the truth is, certain people don't understand magic and don't understand that I work beyond the realm of what's here right now. And so I've been saying that I'm a confidence coach. And I don't even know how I like the term coach, but this message, this video is really about confidence and how that shows up in your life and how that shows up to block certain things that you're really wanting. And so I've been hearing a lot of you, and I've been hearing you talk about comments on getting dressed and how confidence and what we put on our bodies, what we house and clothe our bodies in. You know, if you're just tuning into this and you never saw anything else I do, it could sound very shallow. But if you know that how you feel about yourself inside, and you know that I really believe in this, is how you show on the outside. Now, I believe we're all beautiful human beings. And if you have a challenge or a situation about your self-worth, it comes out in your clothes. And there's several women that I've worked with in the past that always wear black or dark blue, and they believe in that so much that they end up having jobs and careers where it's part of the uniform. I had one client that worked in a bank, and she said, we always have to wear black. And so I took that, and I also was like, well, I see a lot of people in banks, and even though they're wearing dark colors, they have a scarf or jewelry. And I really believe that our bodies are a temple. I mean, it's a miracle that we exist. And I think about really, really obese people and how their bodies continue to work. And even though they have to work really hard, it makes sense that they would feel disconnected from their body. Now, I oftentimes feel disconnected from my body, and the way I know that is when I'm judging myself. And so when you get dressed in the morning, are you thinking about how you want to present yourself? Are you just covering your parts? Or are you following someone else's rules? Do you take fashion risks, or do you just put on the same shit because it matches and you know it's fine? And so this month I went on an enchanted sacred shopping trip for a client who hates shopping. And all of her clothes were dark and sort of mannish. They didn't have any femininity in them, and she didn't like it. And so there's nothing wrong with dressing any way you wish, but if there's something you don't like, bum ba da bum, I am here to the rescue. So I did this little shopping trip for her. I got her 19 pieces. She only sent back one. But what happened in the transformation of her saying she didn't like what she was wearing, and then me shopping for her, and then bringing her these new clothes, was this excitement about getting dressed. And the excitement about putting clothes on your body has a certain up-leveling of self-worth. Now, this does not mean you have to spend tons of money on clothes. It doesn't mean you need to put on jewelry or rhinestones or have red nails. It means that you're taking pride in what you look like. Now, when a woman walks in a room, I can see right away what's going on. Now, of course, it's a projection or a story, but after you've done this for a certain bunch of years, I can tell. You can probably tell too. When a woman walks in the room and her head's down, or there's a lot of looking around, or there's an air where it's like looking above everybody's heads, there's a certain feeling of avoidance that I see, and it could mean a bunch of things. But what happens when you enter a room? Do you feel proud? Or do you feel like, who's here? What's going on? What do they think of me? What do I think of them? What's happening in this room? And so I bring up this discussion because it's a really important one when it comes to presenting yourself and having presence. So whatever you're trying to do in your life, whatever you're doing in your life, whether it's looking for love or walking into a work environment, owning a business, walking into your family's home, walking into a new family's home if your family is expanding. These are all things that are very sacred, and it's a natural instinct for people to see you and have an assessment or a judgment. And it's your confidence that will make those assessments and judgments not matter. So what broke my heart about this woman that I shopped for was she was excited. She was glorified. She put on an outfit another day and she went out at night. And while she was out, she sent me this text that literally broke my heart. And she said, I have my debut new clothing on and nobody noticed and nobody gave me a compliment. I wanted to run to her rescue and show up and make her feel amazing, because I know when she was in my energy field, she was like, this is great, I'm amazing. And then she went out and nobody said anything. So a couple things there. We can't just pretend we're confident by putting clothes on our body. It doesn't work. It comes from the inside. And we had just started working together. This is the first thing I did. And so through more sessions, we are working on what's coming up for her and what she's wanting in her life. So what I want to say to you is, and what I want you to think about and maybe do in your journal or do some free writing or in your book of shadows is, what do you feel about yourself inside? And oftentimes, I'm doing a mirror challenge game right now. So you can go in the mirror and you can say to yourself, get in your eye contact, breathe, really look at yourself in your eyes and say, I love you. I really, really love you. And automatically some voice will come up. Or you'll zero in on something you don't like about yourself, and you'll come up with all these reasons of why you can love yourself, but not that. And so all these things contribute to low self-esteem, to low self-worth, and we all have it. We're raised in a country, in a world that focuses on what else you need to buy in order to feel good about yourself. So there's nothing wrong with you. There's just something right if you want to work on it. So my question to you is, what happens when you get dressed in the morning? Are you dressing for someone else? Are you dressing for attention? I can remember as a child, are you dressing for yourself? Are you dressing for attention? And what kind of attention are you dressing for? Or are you hiding? Are you putting on clothes so that you're not really seen? It's funny that I'm wearing black, but I also adorned myself today for fun. And I didn't even put it all on at once. It just sort of crept up on me. And so I remember as a child, I would have a new outfit. And I found every reason to stand up and go to the tissue box, to go to the bathroom, to take a stroll around the room. And, having been a teacher, I notice those kids now. And I also notice those grown-ass women who are looking for some cheap, non-confident attention. And it bugs me because it's coming from a place of victim. Like, look at me, look at my boobs. And I want to just tell her, you don't have to do that. And part of my bitterness is I might still do this myself. And the best part of it is I can notice when I'm doing it and speak to it. And I've said things to man friends like, I really want you to flirt with me tonight because I know what I need and I can ask for it. And they laugh and then they do. And I feel good. So when you get dressed in the morning, are you dressing for yourself? Is it pleasurable, or are you trying to hide in your clothing? All right, I'm hopping off with this message. I would love to hear from you. Any of your shared comments you can put down below. I will reply to all of them. And I'm just really grateful that this is the platform I get to share and speak on. And I look forward to it. Have an enchanting rest of your day. Oh, if you want to do the Mirror Mirror Challenge, you can go to enchantedembodiment.com/mirror mirror, and you'll get 8 days of mirror work and challenges to work on your inner self. All right, loves, have a great rest of your day. Bye.